Well, Darren, welcome to Dubai. It's lovely to have you here. And I got the impression from reading an interview with you that you've wanted to bring a horse for the Carnival for some time, but haven't had the right one until now.
I have, Laura. It's something we've always looked forward to doing, and looking forward to having a horse good enough to come out here in the first place. But we believe we have one now. But he's settled in brilliant. He's travelled over super. He's going to improve off his run tomorrow night. But we're very hopeful of him.
He looks absolutely fantastic, and of course you know he's got the form. He's a Group 3 winner, and you firmly feel he's going to be a lot better than that in time.
He is. There's no doubts. This year we believe he's like last year. He's done things at home in Ireland and that 3-year-olds haven't done. He's given away weight to the experienced good sprinters. He's really had it tough now this year, but every time you ask him the question, he steps up for you, and he's a horse, very, very exciting horse for the future now.
And you're in against the big boys. Ertijal's in the race. They're going to go very, very fast probably. Do you think that'll suit your fellow?
I'd say they couldn't go fast enough for him early. He's a horse that covers an awful lot of ground, and he's a huge amount of just natural early speed. I'd say I know Ertijal he's a bullet, but he'll have to go hard to take our lad off the bridle.
And you say you've left a little bit to work on with him fitness-wise. Obviously there's a great programme now here for sprinters, takes you right up to World Cup night.
There is. It's only the first week in January, and he's a horse that we're hoping to aim him for. He is in a few handicaps before Super Saturday. He's the Group 2 Super Saturday, and then the main night, hopefully all being well. And he's a big year ahead of him at home then in Europe as well, so we don't want to have him peaking at this point of the year. We'll let tomorrow night we'll bring him forward a good bit. He's a big schedule ahead of him for the year, so he's going to be doing a lot of travelling. Yeah,
okay, so it's very much a case of sort of getting as far as you can here and then maybe giving him a break and aiming at some of those big races in Europe?
Yeah, certainly. Like when as I say, hopefully the 2 Super Saturday and the main night are his 2 main targets here. He'll get a short break when he goes home, and he'll start off in the King's Stand then in Royal Ascot. And we'll take it with all the Group 1s and 2s that, within reason, that he'd be running in them around Europe during the year.
Ground-wise, he's quite versatile in that regard?
He's not. Anything worse than soft-sided good, you might as well turn around and go home with him. Like we actually did do that one day, and he went to York this year and the rain came, and he just cannot handle any ease in the ground. Right. He's a typical Exceed and Excel, very good fast ground horses, like, and he's typical one of them.
And tell us a little bit about you, because obviously you're new to Dubai, but you've been in racing all your life, got into it through your father, and also a long spell as assistant to John Oxon and other big names.
Yeah, I worked for John, and I worked for Darren Weld, and I pre-trained horses in Japan in '99 and 2000. I was with Ken Condon for a good while at home as well, and just 5 years ago I decided to go training in my own name. I started off with 2 horses. My brother actually, he gave me 15 grand at the time to go buy him a horse, and I've come home with 2 horses for 10 grand, and I've won 11 races so far between them. So we started off with 2 with nobody backing me, but we're building it up.
I think last year, 2017, was your best yet?
It was. We're not a yard that up to now that was ever going to have a big number of winners, because we concentrate solely on quality rather than we focus on finding nice maidens. I buy all the horses myself in the yearling sales, and we sell them on. Most we sell on, some we keep. But for that reason, when you find a nice horse, basically you're losing them. But it's working well so far. We're building it up in a good way. Like.